milk. You must have seen, right? Yeah. Tell me, yes or no? Have you seen or not? So what comes to you, what you decipher of the word pure there? That is what we go. When we say something is pure, now pure can be literally by scientific analysis to be studied, which is what we'll be studying today. Otherwise, pure to us means something which has got less of adulteration, correct? Suppose I say pure milk. So in a layman language, or pure ghee, in a layman language, what we are to comprehend of the word pure is the substance ghee or the substance milk is with less of adulteration. Okay, adulteration is what? Adulteration means you are making it impure. Is it okay? Adulteration means what are we doing? We are making it impure. That means with milk, with pure milk, which we get from cow, let us say, we have mixed water. We have mixed water with milk. Or we have mixed oil with ghee, right there. So in layman language, if it's being said pure, what comes to you is the element has got, or the object has got, or the substance, to be precise, has got no adulteration. Correct, yeah?
Yes, sir.
But let us now move from layman knowledge to scientific knowledge. Is it okay? What did I say? Let us move from layman language to scientific language. Clear, dear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now by scientific language, what I mean? When I say that I have got pure element with me, when I say I have got pure element with me, name me one element. Copper, gold,
Iron.
silver, iron, right here. What are they? I repeat. Copper, gold, iron, silver. You are known to elements, right here. I did not repeat those to you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Repeat here, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we are going pan-India, dear. Students are coming also from different parts of India. And I'm taking classes regularly from morning to evening. So please, you have to bear with me, okay? Okay? So what did I say? That when we are talking on scientific terminology, when we are taking scientific term into account, then what do we mean by pure has got a different narrative altogether than what comes to a layman. Anika, welcome. Krish, welcome. Now, what we in layman language do understand of word pure is that it has got no adulteration to it. Pure ghee, pure milk is what I was citing. So it has got no adulteration to it. You have not added impurities to it. But when it comes to scientific terminology, when it comes to scientific fervor, then what we understand of purity is taken an element, for instance, gold. Now, gold is made up of particles, right here. If you talk of any element, those elements comprise of particles. And if I'm talking of particles, then particles of gold, mind you please, particles of gold are all to be spitting image of each other. If you take particles of gold, only gold, one element, then they are spitting image of each other. You cannot distinguish one particle of gold from the other particle of gold. For instance, if you take a nail, an iron nail, is it okay? So iron nail taken or aluminium chair taken, whatever you take. If you take iron nail or aluminium chair, they comprise of scores of particles. So many they are in number. If I am to tell you the value, exact number, 1 centimeter cube of a conductor will contain as many as 6.023 into 10 raised to power 23 particles. It is easy said than comprehend, yeah. I very easily did say 6.023 into 10 is for 23 particles. 1 centimeter cube of a material of an element will contain this many number. And so large is this number. Let me make it to you analytical. Let me make it to you analytical. Let me help you analyze this number. This number is so large that even if you go collecting each and every grain present of sand at each and every beach in the world, I repeat, each and every grain of sand present in each and every sea or ocean, each and every beach of world, let us say, sea and ocean, I'm not asking you to go into, beach of world, collect them. When you collect them, the total number of grains will be no match to this number, will be less than this number. 6.023 into 10 is for 23 is that large a number. Collected all grains from all across all the beach in the world will not add up to this number. So it is easy said than comprehended. That's the reason I have brought in this angle. So 1 centimeter cube of any element, of an element you say, or of a material, of an object you say, will have approximately 6.023 to 10 is for 23 particles in it. So you're talking of scale, you're talking of a volume. This volume, Krish, will have what number is beyond our comprehension. We don't know. Taken a very small nail, how many particles this nail is made up of is beyond our comprehension. But any particle you pick on will be mirror image of the other particle. Any particle you pick on will be spitting image of the other particle. Not only the cosmetic equivalence, but also equivalence on chemical front. It is not cosmetic, it is radical equivalence. Is it okay? So you just cannot distinguish between the particles that element is made up of. Is it okay? We will not be able to distinguish. We will not be able to find even an iota of difference between two particles. Are you getting there? Are you getting it?
So,
when you get such an object, now we have studied about matter. Let me ask you first, what is a matter to you? Tell me that first. What to you is a matter?
anything which has mass and occupies space.
Okay, anything which has got mass and occupies space is called matter, right? Yeah.
Matter.
Yeah. And what comes to you technically when I say that elements are pure in nature? What you comprehend of this? If I say that gold, if I say that aluminium or iron, they are all elements and they are pure in nature. What do you mean by the term pure here? Can you decode, decipher the word pure to me?
That we can't tell apart from the particles of their particular.
Okay. They are made of particles, and particles of gold will be similar to particles of iron, is it?
No.
No, sir.
Yeah. Please be very careful. They are identical, no doubt about it, but they are identical within a domain. Is it okay? They are identical, but they are identical within their realm, within their ambit. And what is their ambit? What is their purview? What is their realm? What is their domain? Their domain is you are taking at a time only one element into consideration. Particles of iron will be similar to particles of iron. Particles of iron will not be similar to particles of gold. Are you getting it there? Clear? So
Yes,
what
sir.
we can say over here? We can say over here that element when we talk of, then individual element, for instance, gold is made up of particles which are difficult to distinguish. They are all to exhibit same cosmetic as well as chemical properties. Idea? Okay? So this is the kind that we have taken into account. Now let me ask you another question, which is, we have got gold powder, we have got silver powder. Firstly, gold powder pure.
Yes.
Can we say gold powder is pure? Samir Aswaladia.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we say silver powder is pure?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now what we do? We mix them. Okay? We mix them. Clear here? If you want to take another example, you have got a container filled with hydrogen gas. Is it okay? A container filled with hydrogen gas. Please write these down. You will not be getting. Okay, wherever you get to point, please make points so that you retain them. Okay, it will not be with this easy language explained in the notebook. So you are talking of now on gaseous front. Let us say I have been given a box of hydrogen. What did I say here? I have been given a box of hydrogen. Is it pure? Is it pure or not? Tell me that first.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hydrogen given to me, is it pure or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it is pure to you, correct? And if it is pure to you, then with this pure hydrogen, let me mix pure oxygen. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Let me mix pure oxygen. What did I do? What did I do? With hydrogen, I have mixed oxygen, right here. With hydrogen, I have mixed oxygen. What is property of hydrogen vis-a-vis a candle? Can you tell me what will be property of hydrogen? What will be property of hydrogen? What does hydrogen do to a candle, to a flame?
It makes a pop sound.
What will happen when you will bring a candle?
Makes a pop
You
sound.
light a candle. Is it okay, dear? You light a candle and bring it close to the container which contains hydrogen. What you will find? You will find that you will get a pop sound, right there?
Sir, isn't that carbon dioxide?
So pop, it will continue. That is what it is into making constituent. I'm not going into constituent for now. I'm going with your observation.
Okay.
I'm going with your observation. First, the observation. Constituent will be to be seen against when it reacts. For now, there is no reaction to be taken. What did I say? They are mixture. The first example of matter that I took today was of element. Right here. What did I tell you? That matter that we have studied about now will be categorized in A, element, B, mixture, C, compound. Okay? Matter that we have studied about, which is what Gagan did tell me on, that matter is something which has got mass and it occupies space. Right, Gagan?
Yes, sir.
Now, let me tell you that based on different physical properties exhibition, based on different physical properties exhibition, you can compartmentalize a matter in, I repeat, you can compartmentalize a matter in compartment A, element. Compartment A, element. By element, what I mean? Gold, iron, copper. What are they to you? They are individual elements. What are they made up of? Atoms. What are they made up of? Tell me, come on.
Atom.
What are
Atom.
they made up of?
Atoms.
Atoms. They are very small. And of what order I told you just now, correct dear? 1 centimeter will contain what? How many particles I told you just now?
6.4.
So they are asking many scores. Scores, flurries, C of atom. But every atom will be identical to the other atom of the same element, correct?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So that is for element. So the first classification of matter is element, right dear?
Yes, sir.
Now we move on to the second classification. If you ask me example of element in gaseous state, come on, I'm asking you fine. We know gold, copper and all, okay. But I want example in gaseous state. What will you cite? Cite me one example in gaseous state. Come on.
Oxygen.
Cite me one example in gaseous state of an element.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen, oxygen. What are they to you? They are elements to you. So these are to be read under the heading elements. Is it okay, dear?
Yes, sir.
Now what we do? We take a tumbler of hydrogen. We take a tumbler of oxygen. And then I ask you, tell me what property will hydrogen exhibit when you will bring a glowing candle and just barge inside of the tumbler.
Sir, it produces pop
Take
sound.
a glowing candle, if you are gate crasher and take it inside of the tumbler, what will happen to the flame of candle? You will say it will continue to burn with a pop sound. Okay? It will continue to burn with a pop sound. It sounds pop intermittently, incessantly. It will keep on sounding, popping, but will also not douse. It will keep on burning. And now if you take the same candle to a tumbler of oxygen, what will happen? Tell me, dear.
It will like
It will burn more.
keep burning.
It will glow brighter, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It will glow brighter. I asked you then to mix them. I asked you then to mix them. By that what I mean? Mix oxygen with hydrogen. That means bring them to one tumbler. Clear, dear?
Yes, sir.
So when you will mix hydrogen to oxygen, thereby getting them in one tumbler, then what you can say? You can say that that tumbler will have some element of hydrogen in it and some element of oxygen in it. Agreed, dear?
Yes, sir.
So that tumbler will exhibit both the properties. That tumbler will exhibit both the properties. By that what I mean? So what experimentation I was in? Candle, correct, yeah? I was in an experimentation candle. What I do? I take this candle and place it inside of the tumbler which is containing oxygen as well as hydrogen. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dear. Now what is to happen? What will be your observation? You will say that I'm observing an amalgamation of the two observations made earlier. I'm observing an amalgamation of the two observations made earlier. What were the two observations made earlier? The two observations made earlier were popping sound and glowing brighter. Correct, yeah?
Yeah.
Now what you will get? You will get amalgamation. The two got clubbed. You will get amalgamation. The two got clubbed. By that what I mean? You will get to see that it is burning brighter with popping sound. I repeat, you will get to see that the candle flame is burning brighter with popping sound. If this is your observation, then you are within your rights to say that property of the constituent elements are restored. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Or to be better, are retained. Can we say that?
Yes,
Let me
sir.
yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Properties of the constituent elements are retained. Correct? So you have mixed hydrogen with oxygen, right here? In a tumbler, you have mixed hydrogen with oxygen, correct? Can you say that they are any more pure? Of course not, they are not pure. One atom will different from the other atom, correct or not? An atom will be different from the other atom. Why? Because one atom can be of hydrogen, the other atom in the mixture can be of oxygen, correct? Yeah. So they are different. You can distinguish them, correct?
Yes, sir.
And this mixture that you have got, let us say, this mixture that you have got is retaining property of the constituent elements which are going in forming this mixture. I repeat, this mixture that you have got are retaining properties of constituent elements which are going into forming this mixture. Okay, so when the properties of the constituent elements are retained, then we say that hydrogen and oxygen are present in the form of mixture. What we say? Hydrogen and oxygen are present in the form of mixture. Got it here? Are present in the form of mixture. Similarly, silver, gold, silver powder, gold, mixed. What you get? You get a mixture. Why did I call this a mixture? Why did I call this a mixture? Because this will
It contains
exhibit
the both properties.
properties of silver as well as gold. Because this will exhibit properties of silver as well as gold. That means the mixture is retaining properties of constituent elements. Right here.
Yes, sir.
Now I am to ask you to do me a favor, which is the tumbler which was having hydrogen and oxygen in it. Punika, show yourself. The
Yes, sir.
tumbler which was having hydrogen and oxygen in it, what do? You pass spark through it. I repeat, the tumbler which was having oxygen and hydrogen in it, what do? You pass electric spark through it. Spark, you know electric spark?
Yes, sir.
So you pass electric spark through it. And when you pass electric spark through it, you will find that the tumbler which was having phase gas, changes to liquid. The tumbler which was having phase gas changes to liquid. You will get water in the tumbler. Oxygen will combine with hydrogen in presence of electric spark to get you water. Now, what is property of water? Let me ask you. Bring the same candle and place it in the tumbler filled with water. What will happen to flame? It will douse. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
Flame, water, place it in the tumbler. After experimentation, what will happen to flame? It will douse. So what property is water exhibiting? It is in any way to link with either oxygen or hydrogen. Give me a color.
Yes, sir.
It has a different property altogether. It has
Sir,
got a different property altogether. What it is doing now? It is dousing it. What was hydrogen doing? It was supporting burning with pop sound. What was oxygen doing? Supporting all the more. What was mixture doing? Mixture was exhibiting both the properties. But what is water doing? Water is exhibiting a different property altogether. So when the final has got nothing similar with the constituent which go in forming it. When the final product has got absolutely no affiliation to the constituents which go in forming it, then the final is called a compound. Then the final is called a compound. So in what ways can we define or subdivide, let us say, a matter? First is, come on, all of you please.
element,
First is
element,
element. Second,
mixture,
Mixtures.
mixture. Third,
compound,
Compound.
compound. Gunika, water is mixture or compound?
Water is a compound.
Water is a compound, right here?
Yes, sir.
All of you?
yes,
So
ma'am.
we know about mixture, we know about element, we know about compound. Correct there?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We know about
sir.
mixture, element and compound. I ask you a question. Write down. State whether they are mixture, compound or element.
Sir,
State whether they are mixture, compound or element. State whether they are mixture, compound or element. Please reserve your answer. I'll be going individual. First one goes to Ganesh. Ganesh, neon. Neon is which of the three? Neon
element,
is element. Okay. Second goes to Krish. Krish, water is which of the three?
Compound.
Compound. Good. Gunika, soil
Yes,
is
sir.
which of the three?
Sir, I couldn't hear you.
Soil is which of the three?
It's a mixture.
It's a mixture, right here? So we
Yes,
can
sir.
distinguish, correct?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Gagan, what about atoms in an element? Are they identical or different?
Different,
Atoms in an element, are they identical or different? I repeat. Atoms in an element.
identical in one element, yeah.
Freeze on one, dear. You are vacillating.
Identical,
me. Don't be
Identical.
ambivalent. Tell me one answer. Which one?
identical,
Okay. So that is called element, compound or mixture. That is
Element.
called element, compound or mixture.
Element.
element,
Good. Okay. Right next. Right next. A compound is made up of. A compound is made up of two or more. A compound is made up of two or more. Fill in the blanks.
Elements.
A compound is made up of two or more. Fill in the blanks. All of you, I want all to partake.
Elements.
Elements.
Elements. Okay. Second, in a compound, atoms form. In a compound, atoms form. Now I'll take a pause over here and get back to the experimentation that we are in. I'll take a pause over here. I'll digress slightly and get you back to the experimentation that I was in. Two tumbler, one filled with oxygen and the other filled with hydrogen. They were mixed to get you a mixture, and later we factored in sparking. When we factored in sparking, we got water, and you say water is a compound, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And in that compound, you will find that there are scattered in that compound 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen combined with each other. In that compound, which is water now, you will not find atoms. That compound, which is water now, you will not find atoms. What you will find? You will find a peculiar combination in which two hydrogen atoms flank or stick to 1 oxygen atom, or 1 oxygen will be flanked by 2 hydrogen. So, what happened to atom? There is no existence of atom. It has lost its utility, you say, or relevance. It is no more relevant to you. Atoms are no more relevant to you. Instead of atom, you get combination of atoms, and they are so combined that is really a difficult task to make them part. You want now to part a hydrogen from oxygen to which it is combined, then you will have to spend energy. It will not be that easy for you to separate, to make a hydrogen part from oxygen. So what happened to atoms? They combine. They combine to get you when you want.
Molecule.
Very good. They combine to get you molecules. So I come to the fill in the blanks. In a compound, atom forms a group called dash. In a compound, atoms form a group called dash. Fill in the blank.
Molecule.
All of you, please.
Molecules.
Molecules.
Molecules. Good. Now, the 2 points which I have told you, please write those down. Please write those down. There are many molecules in a compound. Third point, there are many molecules in a compound. Fourth point, atoms in a molecule are tightly bound to each other. Atoms in a molecule are tightly bound to each other. Is it okay, dear? Okay, all of you.
Yes, sir.
So can you distinguish between compound, atom and mixture?
Yes, sir.
So if I get you sugar and salt, what is this? Sugar and salt combination.
Mixture.
If I get you gunpowder and silver powder combination.
Extra.
Clear? Gunika, where are you? Gunika, where are you?
Someone else muted me again.
Who is doing that? Please refrain from it. Different. In a compound. Write down all of you. In a compound, Particles of different in a compound, particles of different constituents of molecules.
Sir, could you repeat?
Particles of different constituents. Constituents are the one which go in forming the compound. Is it okay, dear?
Yes,
For
sir.
Yes, sir.
example, water is made up of two constituents. What are they? Hydrogen and oxygen. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So, in a compound, particles of different constituents form molecules in which atoms are chemically bound. In which atoms are chemically bound. Okay, and what this is what distinguishes it from mixture. Can we say that?
Sir?
Can we say that this is what distinguishes it from mixture? In mixture, there is no such chemical bounding. In mixture, they are just scattered. They are just mixed. There is no chemical reaction taking place. There is no chemical bounding taking place. Whereas in compound, there is bound to take place a chemical bonding. Clear, dear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, next we move to write down. Solution, solution, suspension, solution, suspension, and colloids. Solution, suspension, and colloids. Let me at the top of discussion, let me tell you, they are all mixtures. Okay, so solution is a mixture, suspension is a mixture, and colloids are also mixture. Fine, they are all mixture. We wish distinguish one mixture from the other. We wish distinguish one mixture from the other. And I begin with water and salt solution. What do I begin with?
Water solution.
And salt solution. Very simple. Take a glass of water, mix some crystal salt to it. Take a glass of water and mix household. The household, every household has got salt, NaCl. You mix salt in it. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me, if you view this solution or mixture, I'm not calling it solution right up. If you view this mixture under a microscope, of course it is a far cry to distinguish salt from water once they are dissolved. Once salt is dissolved in water, you will not be able to distinguish salt from water with naked eyes. So what do? You have been given a microscope. You have dissolved. Salt is completely dissolved in water, or sugar is completely dissolved in water, correct? What you have been given? You have been given a microscope. And then asked, can you observe particles of salt in water? Or can you observe particles of sugar in water? What can you say will be your observation? Can you guesstimate your observation? Can you guesstimate your observation? Can you make a guess, a random guess? There is sugar salt mixture given to you. Not sorry. There is water salt mixture given to you. Is it okay? You have mixed salt in water. Is it okay? Salt is now dissolved in water, completely dissolved in water. Find here, all of you. All of you, Gagan.
Yes, sir.
Salt is completely dissolved in water. Find here.
Yes, sir.
You have stirred it. It is completely dissolved now. Stirred, completely stirred. Dissolved. Salt is dissolved. And then I hand you over a microscope and ask you, can you locate particles of salt by uses of microscope? A normal, ordinary microscope. Can you guesstimate your answer? Can you preempt? Can you get me a supposition? A supposition. I'm asking you for your supposition. What comes to you? Will you be able to find particles of salt suspended in water?
No, sir.
No, you will not be able. You will not be able. Why will you not be able? The moment, now this is important. Why will I not be able? The moment I am dissolving salt or sugar in water, the moment I am dissolving or trying to dissolve salt or sugar in water, they will break. Salt or sugar, they will break into even smaller particles, very small, of the length 1 nanometer or less than that. They will break. Nanometer is the unit of length, so I'm talking in terms of length. So they will break in tiny, very small particles of the order 1 nanometer. Nanometer means 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter. 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter. So much so that let alone naked eyes, you will not be able to spot them even with sophisticated microscopes. You will not be able to spot them. You will not be able to spot them even with sophisticated microscopes. So what happened when you try to dissolve sugar or salt in water? They broke into smaller particles of the order 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter or 10 nanometer, 1 nanometer. Is it okay? Either you say 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter or you say 1 nanometer. They are same. Correct? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now then you will say, so what? I'll say you have studied about liquids. You have studied about how particles are arranged in liquid, how atoms are arranged in liquid. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
There is space between two atoms right here in liquid. There is enough space between two atoms right here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What will these particles do? Particles of salt or particles of what will these particles do?
We'll go
Yeah,
with
These particles will occupy space between the
Water.
particles of water.
Yes, sir.
These particles will occupy space between particles of water. There is enough room for them. There is enough room for them because they are of the order 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter, right here.
yes, sir.
So there is enough room between two particles of water. There is enough room for them to get accommodated. Thereby they get accommodated and you will not be able to spot them. They lose their relevance. Please write that down. They are lost. They get dissolved. So they lose their relevance. They lose their utility. They lose their individuality. There is no individuality anymore. They have lived their utility. They have lost their relevance. Are you getting it here?
Yes, sir.
So this is for which case? This is for the case taken under study. And what was that? Sugar, water, or salt, water. when such is the property exhibited, then what you call that mixture? Anyone?
Solution.
And what is that mixture called?
Solution.
That mixture is called solution. Then that mixture is called solution. Is it okay?
Solution.
What are we to call that mixture? Mixture
Solution.
will be called solution.
Solution.
At the top of the discussion, I have told you they are all mixtures. They are subdivision of mixtures. And one such subdivision I took just now. What you have named it, you have given a nomenclature to it. And what is that called? Solution. Right there, Krish.
Yes, sir.
What is it called? Solution. And then I have to ask you, is this solution heterogeneous or homogeneous?
Homogeneous.
Is this solution heterogeneous or homogeneous? What will you say?
Homogeneous.
Solution is homogeneous. You will say the solution is homogeneous. Of course, what is homogeneous solution and what do we mean by homogeneity? You'll get to know about it. Don't worry. What is homogeneous solution and what do we mean by the term homogeneity? You will get to know about it. Don't worry. On broader scale, I'll say if an object exhibits same property in all the direction, then it is called homogeneous solution. If an object or any mixture exhibits same physical properties in all the direction, then it is called homogeneous solution. Yes, Gunika, you are raising your hand.
And I was just telling what are homogeneous
Yes.
solutions.
I'll cite you an example for homogeneous solution. Take a torch, laser torch. You have laser beam with you?
Yeah.
You have laser beam back your places?
Yes.
Okay. You mix salt in water, dissolve it completely, okay? Dissolve it. And then what do? You take a laser beam and focus it on that solution. Okay? Take laser beam and focus it on this solution. Yeah. This is the laser. You know what you get to
Sir,
see?
switched off your video.
Light is being switched off. You will be able to see a bright spot only at the screen. You will be able to see the bright spot, whichever color the laser is off. If it is red, then you will be able to see red light over here. You will not be able to see path of light. We cannot see light right here. We cannot see light. Know that or not?
Yes, sir.
You cannot see light. Then you can look at an object with the help of reflection of light, but you cannot see light. So if there is a laser beam, nothing will be visible anywhere but for the screen, where you are obstructing the movement of ray, where you are obstructing the movement of light, that is where you will be able to see light. Else you will not be able to see light. Correct, dear? Are you able to see the sun rays coming to you? You will not be able to see. But if you place an obstacle, then you will be able to see the rays. Correct, dear? By obstacle, what I mean? You simply flung. Try to just flung or shrink a bed sheet. Okay? Either you try to flung dust or shrink a bed sheet. If you will do that, then you will be able to view those particles of dust in light. Correct, dear? And then it will appear to you that the light is coming to you in the form of rays, in the form of beams. Else light will not be visible to you. Correct, dear? So when you will try to focus a laser light, laser beam, one beam of laser, let's say. If you try to focus it through the salt water mixture, I'm calling it mixture, salt water mixture. Any angle you throw it, you will not be able to see anywhere a red or whichever color you have taken line, except for screen. Except for screen, nowhere will be visible any line or trace of light. No trace will be visible. You will not be able to trace it. You will not be able to say that, look, this is the path taken by light. Why will you not be able to say that, look, this is the path taken by light? Because that path will not be visible to you. That path will not be visible to you. And this is what I meant by homogeneous solution. That you throw from 30-degree angle, 40-degree angle, 50-degree angle, whatever angle you are taking, you throw from top to bottom, bottom to top, whatever orientation you are to throw light, you will not be able to trace path of light. You will not be able to trace path of light. On contrary to this, you mix chalk piece in water. Is it okay? What did I say? On contrary to this, you mix chalk piece. Is it okay, Gagan?
Yes, sir.
You mix what? Chalk piece or dust or soil. Is it okay? Or dust or soil. Is it okay? Where? In water. And then, after of this experimentation, I ask you, tell me, Krish, will you be able to see pieces of chalk suspended in water or not? Will you be able to see chalk piece, dust piece suspended in water or not? What will be your observation, Krish? Unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. What will be your observation? Will you be able to?
Yes.
Yes, we will be able. Yes, we will be able. We will be able to see particles of chalk, particles of soil suspended in water. That's the reason. As the particles are suspended in water, it is for this reason that we call this mixture suspension. As the particles of chalk, as the particles of dust, as the particles of clay remain suspended in water, it is for this reason, it is only for this reason that we call this mixture a suspension. It is solely for this reason. Is it okay, Gagan?
Yes, sir.
Gagan, okay or not?
Yes,
It
sir.
is solely owing to this reason that we call this mixture a suspension or suspension. Clear, dear?
So,
Yes, sir.
Okay, now Vinika, tell me, if I am now to let laser light pass through it, if I am now to let laser light pass through it, now this is what to you, this is what to us, all of you please. This is what to us now, this is suspension. Is it okay?
Yes.
What is
Yes,
this?
sir.
Suspension.
Suspension.
And now what I wish laser light to be passed through it.
Yes, sir.
So what will you be observing? Can you guesstimate? Will you be able to trace path of laser light or not? Will you be able
Yes,
to
we will be
trace
able to.
path of laser light or not?
Yes, we will be able to.
Yes, we will be able to trace path of laser light. You know why? any particle, if there is a beam of light and it falls on a particle, then what this particle does, it disperses light. It disperses the beam in all possible directions. Is it okay, dear?
Yes, sir.
Majority will continue to move in a straight line, of course. Majority will continue to move in a straight line, but it doesn't take away from fact that any particle, if it falls in the path of light, what will the particle do? Particle will disperse light. That means particle itself starts behaving a source. Similar to moon. What moon appears to you? A source, right dear? But actually what it is into doing? Reflecting light of sun, correct? So similarly over here, if a beam of light falls on a particle, then the particle disperses light in all possible directions. That means particle does a source. Can we say that?
Yes, sir.
Can we say particle does a source? Yes or no? So particle does a source. Particle is doing a source. And of course, particle is doing a source, but majority of the light, majority of the beam will continue to follow the parent direction. Is it okay? Majority of the beam will continue to follow which direction? The parent direction. So think of the phenomena and then answer me against what we did observe previously and what we are observing now. Previously you said, when I was talking of solutions, you said that no, there will be no trace of light. Right, dear Krish? Previously, what did we say, Krish? Tell me that there will be no trace of light. I said that there will be no trace of light. So why did we say there will be no trace of light? Is it that there is no particle in solution? Please don't be in any kind of illusion. Please don't be in any kind of illusion that there is no particles in solution. Of course, there are particles in solution. Just please get reminded on what did I tell you about salt. I told you that salt will break into particles of length 1 nanometer or less than that. So when that small is the length or dimension of particle, then it will not be able to disperse light in that quantum. It will not be able to disperse light in large quantum. It will not be able to disperse. But if the size is larger, are you getting it, dear? If the size is larger, so now I'm talking of not 1 nanometer, rather 100 nanometer. I am no more talking of 1 nanometer. What nanometer I'm talking of, dear? Tell me.
100 nanometer.
I'm talking of around 100 nanometer. So, let alone microscope, if I ask you, I asked Krish about it. Will you be able to view suspended particles of chalk piece? Krish told yes to it. Correct, dear?
Yes, sir.
So we'll be able to see, with the help of naked eyes, we'll be able to spot suspended particles. Say me yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And these suspended particles, owing to their size, will reflect more light or less light. What do you say?
More light.
Will reflect more than what solution or particles of solution can ever, correct?
Sir, I have a doubt. It means that the smaller particle reflects less light than the larger particle.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
So how, sir, larger particles absorb more light?
Yes, they are observing light. I'm not looking into the absorption phenomena as of now, dear. I'm looking what they are dispersing. They will absorb more and they will disperse more, both. They will observe more and they will disperse more. A particle is small, you are not able to see it. A particle large, you are able to see it. Why?
Because
Why particle is small, you are not able to see? How you see a particle? Why you see your hair black, you know? Because black is being reflected, black color. There is no color reflected by hair. So hair appears black. Why I'm able to see this port green, you know? Because this port is reflecting more of green color. So particle is small, you are not able to view it with naked eyes. Why so? Because that particle is not reflecting enough light to your eyes. When it will reflect light to your eyes, only then it will be visible, right, dear?
yes, sir.
It is not visible. Why? Because it is not reflecting light. Even if it is absorbing light, it will be visible to you as spot. As I told you, whatever is visible to you black, they are visible black not because black is a color. Black is no color. You know that very well, right? There is no color black, there is no color white. So it appears black. You know why? Because it has absorbed entire of the light which fell on it. Everything got absorbed by it. So it is appearing black to you. Correct, dear? So object, if you have taken large object and it is absorbing light, then it will appear black to you. But if you have taken large object and it is absorbing as well as dispersing light, then whatever light is coming to your eyes, that is what the object will appear to you. If red you have thrown on it and red is getting dispersed, then there will appear a red spot. Is it okay? So more is the size of particle, more light it is to disperse. Is it okay? More light it will disperse. And accordingly, as I have used over here, red beam of laser, then what will appear to me? Think about it. There was a particle of chalk here. There was a particle of chalk here. There was a particle of chalk here, chalk here, chalk here. What will appear to me? Those particles are now dispersing light. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Those particles are dispersing more light. I repeat, those particles are dispersing more light than ever can particle of a solution. Than ever can particle of a solution. Are you in agreement? Do you subscribe to this idea or not?
Yes, sir.
So, what will you be able to now trace? Come on, tell me. What will you be able to now trace is path of light. Will you be able to trace path of light or not?
We'll be able to.
Yes.
Yes, we'll be able to trace path of light. So there will be a line visible to you. There will be a line visible to you. Of course, that line will culminate on the screen, but there will be a line visible to you. This is what is called Tyndall effect. This goes by the name of a scientist, Tyndall. So Tyndall effect means you are able to trace the path of light. And when will you be able to trace the path? You will be able to trace the path when the particles are larger on size. By larger, what I mean? By larger, I mean of the order 100 nanometer. Even 70, 80 will do, but it should be more than 20, 30. Is it okay? It should be nearing 100 nanometer. So in case of suspension, example being chalk water. Example being soil water. In case of suspension, do we observe Tyndall effect?
Yes.
We observe Tyndall effect, yes or no? Come on, tell me a question now.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
In case of solution, do we observe Tyndall effect?
No.
No, sir.
No. Is solution homogeneous, heterogeneous?
Heterogeneous.
Heterogeneous. Suspension is heterogeneous.
Solution. Is solution heterogeneous, homogeneous?
Homogeneous.
Homogeneous. Is suspension Heterogeneous, homogeneous?
Heterogeneous.
So suspension is heterogeneous. If you leave solution for some time, I go back to salt and water. If you leave salt and water for some time, will salt settle?
No.
Salt will not settle. Salt will not settle. You can leave for as long as you deem fit. Salt will not settle. So we technically give a name to this property. And the technical name is solutions are stable.
Sir, but when you put sugar in water, sugar does like settle down and like
So
after some
when you
time
stir,
it dissolves.
no. If you have stirred it completely, I'm talking of after stirring. I'm not talking of before stirring. You have to mix it first so that it breaks. Breaks and takes find room between particles of water. Once it has, then it will not settle. Okay, I'm not talking of the initial state, right, Gunika?
Yes, sir.
Once it has, then it will not settle. Then what we have to say here? We call this term, technically the term is called stable. So solutions are stable. Why are they stable? Why do we call them stable? They are not to settle. You can take it till eternity, till cows come home. You can wait till cows come home. They will not settle. Salt will not settle. Sugar will not settle. So they are called stable. On contrary to this, if you leave chalk water for some time, what will be your observation?
Chalk would have been like.
Then after some time, what will happen? You will find chalk pieces to settle at the bottom. Correct, yeah? They will settle down. They will settle at bottom. Correct, yeah?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
They are called unstable. They are also called unstable. So can we say homogeneous mixtures are stable
Yes, sir.
and heterogeneous mixtures are
Unstable.
Unstable.
unstable? Now write few points with you. Write them. Write the points. Point number 1. Solution are homogeneous mixtures. Solution are homogeneous mixtures. Size of particles. Size of particles are smaller or equal to 1 nanometer. Size of particles are smaller or equal to 1 nanometer. Particles cannot be seen by naked eyes or microscope. Particles cannot be seen by naked eyes or microscope. They are stable. They means solution over here. They means solution over here. They are stable and the solute doesn't settle. And the solute doesn't settle. If left over a period of time.
Does not settle.
Doesn't settle if left over a period of time. It also passes through the filter paper. It also passes through the filter paper. They don't scatter light. They don't scatter light. Therefore, there is no Tyndall effect. They don't scatter light. Therefore, doesn't exhibit Tyndall effect. Is it okay, dear? Okay to all of you?
Sorry, does not exhibit.
Tyndall, Tyndall. Tyndall, Tyndall effect. Tyndall is the name of scientist. Okay, they don't exhibit Tyndall effect. Find here.
Yes, sir.
What is solute and what solvent, anyone? What is solute and what solvent?
Solute is the substance which dissolves in the solvent, and solvent is water, and solvent is like the substance in which a solid dissolves.
So can we summarize it and get a general statement that solute is present in small amount and solvent in larger?
Yeah.
Can we? Solute is present in small amount. Whatever present in small amount will be henceforth called solute, and what in large will be called solvent. Okay. Now moving on to suspension. Mind you, class, I am making you write it down. So this should not be the case when I'm speaking, when I'm delivering lecture. At that time itself, you should write it down. But I'm making your marcation easy. So please see to it that when these are being asked in examination, you present it in the manner it was asked to be noted. Is it fine, dear?
Yes, sir.
You ought to reproduce it. Okay, now about suspension. Chalk and water is an example of suspension. Flour and water.
So,
Flour and water. Flour, wheat flour and water. What is it? Wheat flour and water. Suppose you drop a spoon of wheat flour in water. What will that be?
suspension.
What example? Suspension again, right here. Suspension again, correct. Gagan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Soil in water, Gagan.
Sir?
Soil in water.
Suspension. Yes.
Okay, good. So suspension are heterogeneous mixtures. Can we say that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Size of solute particle, write down. Size of solute particle is equal to or greater than 100 nanometer. Is equal to or greater than 100 nanometer. Third point. Particles can be seen by naked eyes. Remember chalk piece in water? Remember chalk piece in water? Right here. Right here, Krish.
Yes, sir.
Remember chalk piece in water? Particles can be seen by naked eyes. Particles of solute do not pass through filter paper. Particles of solute do not pass through filter paper. Unstable in nature. By unstable, what we mean?
They don't suspend. They don't.
It will settle down, right here. If you
They get-
allow it time to settle, it will settle, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, Tyndall effect.
Is produced.
Tyndall effect is exhibited as the particles are large on size. Tyndall effect is exhibited as the particles are large on size. Now, what is Tyndall effect as per the laser beam that I made pass? Will you be able to trace the path of laser beam? Yes or no in this case?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so that is what is Tyndall effect in a nutshell for you. Is it okay? That is what is Tyndall effect in a nutshell for you. Before we call it a day, I ask you to tell me something on. I give you 3 examples now. Right? I'm giving you 3 examples. Write it down. Write the 3 examples, please. Blood, milk.
So I can't hear you. Your voice is.
Voice breaking. It's fine now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I repeat. I give you 3 examples. Blood. One example is blood. Second example is milk. Third example is ink. Take one more. One more, let us out. As corona is very much now evident, as you know. So soap solution. Which category of the 2 that we have studied as yet? Of the 2 that we have studied as yet, which category will you let blood fall in? Which
Solution.
category will blood fall in? Will blood fall in the category of mixture solution or category of mixture suspension?
Mixture solution.
Which one? Mixture or suspension? Which one will it fall in?
Solution.
Solution or suspension? Mixture or all? Solution, suspension. Which one will it fall in?
Solution.
Solution. What is your take, Kurika?
Solution.
Solution. Okay. Milk.
Solution.
Ink.
Solution.
Solution. Krish, you are not speaking. Soap solution, Krish.
Solution.
Solution. So generally speaking, if there are only 2 categories and a question is being asked, I will lay credence to what you all have said. I will lay complete credence to what you all have said, and that being it falls under the category solution. So I am not in total agreement. I am not in total agreement. Why I am not in agreement in total? I said 80% I may agree, but not total. Why I am not in agreement in total? Because there are few properties which makes it distinct from solution. There are few departures. There are few properties which distinguishes it from solution. There are few departures. And those departures, I'll make you write down. But before going to those departures, tell me about similarity with solution. Why blood is or can be an example of solution? What did you say? What came to you? Which of the ones which I have enunciated, blood is into adherence? Which of the ones which I have enunciated against solution, blood is in adherence? Can you figure them out? What will you say? Which one will blood be in adherence? Tell me. Will it pass through filter paper? Will it pass through filter paper? Because solution that I took was able to pass through filter paper, right? Yeah. Solution means which one? Salt and water. Salt and water, I have made you right. It can pass through filter paper, correct? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So will blood pass through filter paper? So is the answer is yes. It will. Will ink pass through filter paper?
Yes.
Will the answer is yes. It will. So here we have got a dicto. Here we are getting yes. It is exhibiting properties of solution. At least one property we saw first. Correct, yeah? So one property being exhibited, which is vis-a-vis filter paper. Which is vis-a-vis filter paper. Now one in agreement, and the other which I am not in agreement, which will be difficult to convince you,
Stability.
is that they are not homogeneous. Is that they are not homogeneous. By that what I mean, if this part of milk is studied against this part, if the part on the surface of milk is studied against part at bottom, then you will be able to distinguish between the two parts. They will not be the same in watts and all. Yes, the difference will be minute. Yes, the difference will be minute. But howsoever small is the difference, there is a difference, correct? So the first departure from solution being that they are not, first departure, they are not homogeneous. So what are they? They are heterogeneous. So one, it did mix, the other, it is a departure. Now, what about the other part? If you leave blood or ink for long, will the constituent settle?
Yeah. Yes.
If you leave blood or ink, suppose ink is there in ink pot, and you leave for a very long time, will you find that constituent of ink did settle? No.
No.
It goes. Go India. Try it out. Try it out. Constituent will not settle. Constituent of ink, constituent of milk, constituent of blood, they will not settle. Milk you know, right, dear? Will it settle? You get the lower part thicker than the upper part, very thick. It doesn't settle, right? Is there any change in color? Is there any change? Is it similar to what clay does? What soil does?
No, sir.
Tell me, Krish. Will it settle? It won't settle, correct? So what will you say? You will say, here you got a match. Here you got a match with what? Come on, tell me. Here you got a match with what?
Like suspensions.
Suspension or solution? What are you saying? Here you got a match with what? It doesn't settle, I said. It doesn't settle. Monica, your screen got frozen. Monica, your screen got frozen. Can you hear me? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute, Monica. Anyway, okay. Krishnan Gagan. So, here, blood or ink or soap solution or for that matter, milk. Clear there? If you leave for long, very long period, then there will be no suspension, correct?
Yes, sir.
And if there is no suspension, then which it is exhibiting the property of suspension or solution? What will you say?
Solution.
Solution. So this is a match with solution. So solution with solution, there are two match. What are those? Can you tell me? There are two match with solution. One, it passes through filter paper, correct? It passes easily through filter paper, correct? And second, it is stable. Second, it is stable, right here. I am talking.
Sir, I'm not able to hear you. Your voice is breaking.
Just to know that in what ways they are similar, exhibiting similar properties to solution. And what are they? First, they will pass through filter paper. Second, they are stable. Second, they are stable. So these two are a match. These two are a match with solution, correct? Now on departure. First departure being they are not homogeneous, they are heterogeneous. They are not homogeneous, they are heterogeneous. And second departure, their particle is of order 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer on size. Write that down. Write that down. Particle is of order from where to where? 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer on size. 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer on size. Now, Gagan, tell me, will it exhibit Tyndall effect or not? Will blood, soap solution, milk, or what was the other example that I cited?
Ink.
Ink. Will they exhibit Tyndall property? Tyndall property depends on size here. Tyndall property depends on size. Size over here is not 1 nanometer or less than that. Size
Right.
over here is from 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Will it exhibit Tyndall property or not? Tyndall.
So may or may not.
Okay, so we will write it will exhibit Tyndall property. And why did I say that it will? Why did I say that it will? Because you can see under a microscope particles of milk, particles of blood, particles of particles of soap solution. You can very well view under a microscope particles of milk, particles of blood, particles of ink, and particles of soap solution. They are visible under microscope. The particle is generally in the bracket of 70 to 80 nanometer on size. 70 to 80. Of course, if it is close to 1, it will not be that visible, but will be still visible. Less than 1 nanometer is not visible to us. Is it okay, dear? So what will you say about blood, ink, soap solution? What will you say on Tyndall effect?
It is
Blood, ink, soap solution. What can you say on Tyndall effect? Come on, tell me.
it is exhibited.
Will exhibit Tyndall effect, right, dear?
Yes, sir.
Milk will exhibit Tyndall effect or not?
It will.
It will exhibit Tyndall effect. What is the order of milk particle size-wise? What is the order of milk particle on size?
1.
So 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer.
Okay. Can we view the particles of milk under a microscope?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Can the particles of milk settle?
No.
No, sir.
No. Is the mixture heterogeneous, homogeneous?
Homogeneous. Heterogeneous.
Is the mixture of milk homogeneous, heterogeneous?
Heterogeneous.
Heterogeneous.
Heterogeneous. So it is exhibiting some property of solution and some properties which are different from solution. Can we say that?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Which are the properties which is a match to solution? Once more. Properties which
Stability.
are a match to solution. Tell me, dear.
Stability.
It will pass through filter paper, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This is match to solution, correct?
Sir.
Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And it is stable. And it is stable. Correct, yeah? It is
Yeah.
stable. Correct or not?
Sir.
Sir.
Is it a match to solution? Gagan,
Yes, sir.
is it a match to solution, Goriga?
Yes.
And what are the departures? What are the departures? What are the exceptions? Size. Size. Leading to Tyndall effect, correct?
Yeah.
Size. Leading to Tyndall
Tyndall
effect. Heterogeneous on property, correct?
Yes, sir.
So we have a special name for it. And what is it? Colloid. What is the special name for them?
Colloid.
Colloid. So how many kind of mixture? All of you, please recapitulate. How many
Sol-
kinds of mixture?
Three types.
Three types. They are,
Solution,
yes,
suspension,
good,
colloids.
okay. Shall we call it a day?
Yes, sir.
Revise and rewrite. I repeat, there is no substitute to writing. Inculcate the habit of writing. Revise and write. Okay, dear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.